the mission now. First of all, chocks in. Secondly, engine starting. Third, let's check the actual flaps here. Flaps are now at takeoff. Engine is going. Pressing Alt to close the canopy, and there is no canopy. This is it. Open air cockpit. Excuse me, all this smoke. Okay. This is our beautiful plane. We are number 7, crudely painted, as we can see. There's no. Look at the size of this airplane. We are towards the back. Actually, we are at the back of the squadron. So, remember, chocks in, so that even if you put pressure on the engine, we will not slam into our brother in arms, who's number 6. Let's not do that. This has happened before to our team. So, we have speeded up the time. Let's see what's going on. We are flying after 6, which makes sense because we're number 7. So, okay, 6 is just rolling. Let's ask them. Okay, let's ask them for clearance. Okay, we took the chocks away and then we went throttle up. I see BF-110 in front of me. That's probably not a good sign. That's a very bad sign. That means we are surprising us at our airfield. Pressing G doesn't do anything. I want to show you something. Pressing T now. This is basically manual rising of the gear. This airplane has that. Okay, there's a BF-110 here. There's a BF-110 here right in front of me. I'm shooting at the enemy, and I can't catch it because I just took off, and I don't have any speed build-up. I don't have any energy. It's a problem. Hopefully we're away from the main engagement where we're mixing it up with those next. AAA is opening up here. We are not catching him at all. We're going down at 300 km per hour. Okay, our friend just got it, looks like. I think he's going down. Yes. Okay. Good shot. Wow. By the way, there's no trim on this aircraft. I'm pressing down and up and it doesn't do anything. Alright, this gentleman here is just asking for a beautiful serving of lead, which I think he was just served by our friends. Okay, so far we're useless to the fight, but we're not dead. Not being dead is very important in war, in any war really. This guy is slower than the others. He's higher. That's a problem, because that means he's smart. I'm probably hanging up here, and I'm losing speed, but we gain some. Yeah, we gain some output, but not enough. Looks like we really cleaned him up. Really, this guy is chasing him, but guy, Mr. League 1, you are smoking. Okay, I would suggest you do something about that. As you can see, this game is quite beautiful modded. There's some fog here, forests. It's basically a gorgeous game right now. It does not look like it's 2006 game, really. Let's see how it looks. There's engine overheat. Okay, let's open the engine radiator, and let's not overheat the engine, because overheating the engine in this kukuruznik can have unfortunate consequences, as in I can explode and die. Okay, this guy is now flying towards me. And I am now in a spin. Okay, this airplane likes to spin, looks like. So we're turning this one up. Okay, let's see, we're closing on him. He's going up. He's going towards me. And he hit me. 7 returned to base immediately. Yes, it's a problem. I was hit. They just told me to return to base, but we're heroic defender of the motherland! Dawaj, pobieda! Огонь! Etc., etc. We got him! We got him! Looks like we got him. We really got him. I am extremely happy because we have shut him down. In our first mission, the noob, the luxury lieutenant, has shown that he can watch movies and do it just like the movies. Okay, let's go over to our airfield. And the theme of this movie is the theme of Uncle Timo's playthroughs. It's not called negative G's because it shows the fuel to the engine. There's no fuel injection. It's the theme of Uncle Timo's playthroughs, especially in Polish, but we'll see how it goes in English. Translation is landings or lack thereof. As in, I try to land, and if I don't blow up and survive, then it's a good day. Then it's a good day. Don't see the actual airfield here. I think we're coming. Yeah, it's going to be extremely tough to spot it because once you spot it, you fly over it. So what we're gonna do is fly this side and try to kind of wing it. And right now, if this was a real airplane and I was a real pilot in this thing, I would start doing the sign of the cross and pray to all the gods that I can think of, because Uncle Timo landing is a very entertaining part of the video for everybody except Uncle Timo, of course, who's just sweating bullets right now. Yes. I think we might go into a spin here in a second, which will negate the landing anyway. Yes, let's see if... Okay. Yeah, too late now. I'm pressing Y now to get my gear down, which I did successfully. Hurrah! Hurrah! But the problem is I overflew the airfield again because it's hard to spot in this fog, and there are trees here, and it's just I am just afraid from my life here. I am shocked that I'm still surviving this. We're gonna do a turn, and we're gonna put it down as close to the airfield as possible without actually crashing. So, this is the most horrendous landing that you will ever see, unless you watch Uncle Timo's Polish-speaking Right, we just overflew it. Totally. Again. So yeah, never do what I do. This is just horrendous. I have trouble spotting the airfield because there's these two big lights in front of it. There are also some candlesticks burning. I guess we're praying for Uncle Timo also. So yeah, now I'm going to go into a spin here, like you wouldn't believe. Okay, we are now at the final approach. This is now, start praying for Uncle Timo. Start praying now. Pray to Buddha now. Let's switch to different gods. Different gods. Let's oh, oh, God. Well, oh! All right. So another successful landing by Uncle Timo. As you can see, we have made it completely okay. So yeah, now we are just happily skipping along because this was a perfect landing by Uncle Timo standards. We are happy. Look at us. We are smiling and just frolicking in the grass. We are loving life right now. Why is the Politruk political officer with the squadron CEO coming to see us? They're not smiling. I don't know. We'll see the next video. Anyway, I'm happy. This is great. Let's see what's going on here. There's some MiGs here. The MiG-3s are here. Interesting plane, actually. Okay, so we have our own squadron still patrolling our airfield, protecting us. This fantastic plane. Anyway, escape, quit mission. Let's see what happens. And we have killed our first airplane. Hooray! I bailed out. No, I landed. Let's call it a landing. MiG-3, they lost BF-110. We actually shot down a BF-109. Yes, we did. We did. I have proof. It's on this video. Major Skorkin did very well, and Lieutenant Dubovy. Okay, I have a German name, but you know, forget it. That's just the way it is. Anyway, we are going to apply this. BF-110 Frederick 2. At the end of the video, I am going to do the following. I will go to Objects and see what happens. Well, we are flying the I-16 Type 24, which is the modern one from 1939. Let me talk a little bit about this fighter. This fighter was fantastic. It was actually introduced, I believe, before 1939. These versions, Type 18 and Type 24, were introduced later. But this fighter, one of the first, if not the first, monoplane fighters that were that had the wings on the bottom, which made it faster. Also, one of the first with such huge firepower. What's the firepower? Two machine guns and two 20mm cannons, Shevak. Those are great. Those are great, and it was one of the most heavily firepower-wise. It was one of the best fighters in the world in 1938-39. Also, it was one of the first fighters, if not actually the first fighter. We saw in the back when I turned around, I had no visibility. That's because we had this huge steel plate protecting the pilot. This was one of the first, if not the first, fighter to do that. So whoever says that the Soviets were, you know, backwards, no, the weapon systems were fantastic. Remember, this was 1939. This was very good. Obviously, there was a revolution in. Actually, let's see the MiGs. I believe we were flying the MiG-3s. So let's talk about this one, MiG-3 Interceptor. This is a high-altitude airplane. Watching Pokryshkin's video on, I believe it's Night All or whatever the YouTube channel is, he talked about how the idiotic high command were so desperate to stop the Germans that they told these fighter pilots to strafe ground targets at ground troops, which was idiotic because this plane was designed to fly 12,000 meters. It was supposed to be a high altitude interceptor, and it was. It's just that the Soviet command was such complete idiots that they were so desperate. Well, they threw everything at the German ground forces to stop them. On the other hand, it kind of makes sense because who cares if you win the air war if the German tanks are in Moscow? So on that, you know, on the other hand, it kind of makes sense. But still, I'm gonna talk more about it when I fly this plane or make 3UD. Let's see, Frederick 2. As you can see, BF-109s. Well, it started in 1936. This was in the war in Spain. This airplane was actually fighting the B-1s. I believe the C and D were fighting in Spain. So these airplanes were actually in España in 1936, 1938, and I believe 1939 still. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, that the Spanish Civil War ended in 1939. They were actually fighting the Ishaks, what we were flying. The problem is that they went through different iterations, the Emils, and then in 19, these were in Poland, and I believe the E4s were then in France and the Low Countries and during the Battle of Britain. Then they're improving them until finally they did it with the Friedrich. And let's compare actually the speeds, okay? This is the B1. Okay, let's compare the speeds of the ones we have. Okay, this is the Emil, 1940. This is France and Blitzkrieg model, and possibly Battle of Britain. Okay, sea level 470 kilometers per hour, 5,000. Let's see, 5,000 meters, 546 kilometers. So it's not bad. Then let's see. Okay, again for 546. Let's compare it to Friedrich 2, 615 kilometers per hour. So we can see that they're improving the engines. They're getting better engines, more horsepower, more speed, which is always key. And let's compare the armament. We have 220s. We only have one 15 millimeter, MG 150, 115. We had 220s Shavaks. So actually, our obsolete fighter, the Ishak, is armament-wise, firepower-wise, very much superior to them. Let's see what else we can see here. BF-110. I believe those were C4s. I could be wrong. I don't believe they're F2s. So let's see the C4. They're two engine fighters, heavy fighters. Actually, you know, they have a bad rap that, oh, they were useless in Battle of Britain. Well, yeah, we're fighting against Hurricane Spitfires. But that's one thing. And second thing, they were engaged on not free hunts, not Freijagd, which is free hunts, which is just give the fighter pilots leniency and tell them do not tell them what to do. Just let them fight using their own aircraft advantages. No, they were stuck doing close escort. So by the time the Hurricanes attacked the bombers, they really couldn't do anything because, you know, it was all over. They were close to the bombers, flying slow or flying at a different height. It was horrible for them, for both ME-109s and 110s. So they're not using this aircraft in Battle of Britain to their advantages. And secondly, they only had a few minutes, especially Messerschmitt 109s, they only had a few minutes over Great Britain. They did not develop the technology, surprisingly and shockingly actually, to add fuel tanks, external fuel tanks, and just hang them somewhere at the underneath the plane or under the wing. No, they didn't have that. And you would think that's such a, you know, simple thing to think about and then implement, especially as you're fighting Battle of Britain, especially when your fighter pilots are telling you, hey guys, Galland and everybody, telling we don't have enough fuel, we can only be over London for like 5 minutes and then we have to turn back. That's no way to run an air campaign, you know, protecting the bombers if you only have 5 minutes over the target, and then if you do any combat before then, well, then you burn your fuel because the faster you fly, the more fuel, etc. you use. Well, that's no way to run a campaign. And actually, when I ran my campaign, the Polish one, where I flew the German Luftwaffe Jagdgeschwader, the central group Army Mitte, which is the group Army Center, Army Group Center actually, proper English. Let's try that, Timo. The fuel tanks, the external fuel tanks, were only in the missions in 1944 in this game. So yeah, it's a problem. Anyway, let's see the speed of this thing. It's 562, well, 500, let's say 500, 510 kilometers per hour at 5,000 meters. Let's compare it to our I-16. Okay, if I can find it. And the motor, as you can see, it's slower than the BF-110. So the Messerschmitt 110 is not that bad comparing it to the crap we are flying. So, first mission, we did okay, we survived. We got a stern talking to by the political officer and squadron leader, but they were happy because we shot down one of the fascist beasts who so treacherously attacked us before we were ready to treacherously attack them in Romania and Hungary. Those bastards. So, let's see what the next mission will be. See you next video.